Disney has been transporting us into a magical world for decades now. And I, for one, quite like that. I find it quite endearing to see the sort of realities that are portrayed in these movies, where there are talking animals and fairies and fairy tale creatures and so on and so forth. And I certainly don't mind, having children enjoy this and help it fuel their fertile imaginations and to allow them to fantasize about certain things and to just imagine things for a while they're watching those movies. I am certainly not one of these purist, scientism infected people who thinks that the only thing that people should ever enjoy is something that is solidly based in reality, and we shouldn't be encouraging kids to be indulging in fantasies about things that are clearly not real. I'm not that sort of a Puritan, scientistic type of person, so don't take me wrong. But what I cannot tolerate is when Disney, in actual fact, other than just presenting a lovely fairy tale world, an imaginary world in which magical things happen, which is fine by me, but uses that as a vehicle to promote an anti-scientific message and one that encourages intellectual laziness. And it's a very, very fine line between one and the other. But Disney certainly crosses it in this second-rate Disney movie that we borrowed from the video shop the other day, called Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. Now I know it's a fantasy world, and in this fantasy world fairies happen to be real, but all the same, in this movie we get a depiction of a scientist which is clearly anti-scientific, and it paints the scientist in a way that enforces stereotypes and prejudices against what scientists are, and it then presents as a solution to this problem of what scientists are according to how the movie portrays them, that is simply intolerable. But don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. This is Disney's portrayal of a scientist.
Now, I brought you something I think you'll really enjoy. These are some of my old field journals. Now, I picked out the ones I thought would excite you the most. This one on rocks and minerals is particularly interesting.
Is there a field journal about fairies?
Of course not, Lizzie. Books like this are based on fact and scientific research, which is quite the contrary to your little figurines and drawings.
Well, just because you've never seen a fairy doesn't mean they're not real.
Now, Lizzie, seeing is believing. And without proof, it's just a fairy tale.
Father, since you have more time, maybe I can show you my scientific research.
The butterfly is gone.
What?
The apertura iris with the irregular wing pattern. I was going to present it to the museum tonight. Oh, this was my big opportunity. And now it's gone. Elizabeth, did you release it?
No.
Well, I didn't do it. And since there is no one else in the house, there is only one logical explanation. It must have been you.
I didn't do it, Father.
I'm going to give you one more chance. Tell me the truth.
I could tell you, Father, but you wouldn't believe me.
Very well. Off to your room, young lady. I'm very disappointed in you. How did this happen? And the truth this time?
If I tell you the truth, you still won't believe me.
Elizabeth, the truth.
I was flying. My fairy showed me how.
Oh, for goodness sake, your make-believe fairy did this. You've got to stop this nonsense.
But it's not nonsense, Father. It's the truth.
You have a real fairy living in your room.
Yes, and I can prove it. Just look at the research we did.
Oh, Elizabeth, this is what you've been doing? Field journals are to be filled with fact, not fairy tales.
But, Father, these are facts.
I don't understand this foolishness, Lizzie. You have such talent. Why would you waste it this way?
Why can't you just believe me?
I believe in what is real, and it's about time you started doing the same.
Father, wait.
I know this is difficult for you to understand, but this is all make-believe.
No, they're real.
Elizabeth, this discussion is over.
This is the sort of behavior that Disney attributes to scientists. And this is how Disney proposes we should resolve the problem. This is the solution to this problem. This problem that they paint out of sheer ignorance of what science actually is, and a solution that warrants nothing other than a facepalm.
It can't be. Lizzie? You're flying.
Yes, I am.
But how? How are you doing that?
My friends showed me how.
I don't understand.
You don't have to understand. You just have to believe.
I do believe. I do believe.
Disney, shame on you. This was unnecessary. This is polarizing and idiotic. And this sends completely the wrong message to our kids.